Fivetran and DBT Labs just officially became one company and they dropped four major product announcements on the same day. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happened, what they announced, and what it actually means for you as a data or analytics engineer. Welcome back once again to David Data Channel. I'm David, and here we cover practical AI, data, analytics engineering content without the hype. And for today's video, we'll be covering the merger between DBT Labs and Fivetran, what it is and who's running things. We're talking about the four product announcements and what this means for your day-to-day work. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's start with the merger. This was originally announced back in October 2025 as an all-stock deal. It officially closed on June 1st, 2026. George Fraser from Fivetran continues as the CEO. Tristan from DBT Labs becomes president. The combined company is currently operating as Fivetran plus DBT Labs, as the permanent name is still to be decided. Some ideas are like 6Tran, 7Tran, or 5 Labs. Yeah, your thoughts? Alright, so together, they now serve more than 100,000 data teams globally and are approaching over 600 million in annual recurring revenue. Now, that's a significant data organization. So why did this happen? As you know, Fivetran moves data into your warehouse reliably and continuously. DBT transforms the data and making it trusted, tested, and semantically defined. Together, they want to build a full infrastructure layer that makes AI agents trustworthy. Now, according to their own agentic AI readiness index, about 60% of enterprises are investing millions in agentic AI, but just about 15% have a data foundation that can actually support the workload effectively and safely. Now, this is the gap that they're trying to go after as a market. Now, let's get into the product announcement because this is where it gets interesting. And the biggest one is for the open source community. DBT Core 2.0 is out in alpha. DBT Core 2.0, and the headline news is that DBT Fusion runtime is now open source under Apache 2.0 license. So what does this mean practically? Up until now, the Fusion engine was available through CLI and VS Code extensions, but the runtime itself wasn't open source. Now it is. So every DBT Core user can now get the Vision performance benefits like faster parsing, static analysis, ahead of time rendering, and all of this within the open source version of DBT Core 2.0. Now, the launch of DBT Core 2.0 creates a single unified runtime. Previously, we had a runtime for Python and a runtime for Rust, but right now we're able to have a singular unified runtime on DBT Fusion. Alright, so the next announcement is DBT State. Now, DBT State is in preview and available both across Core and DBT platform. Now, previously, this was a Fusion-only feature, and what it does is that instead of rebuilding your entire DAG on every run, DBT State acts as a caching layer. Now, this tracks actually what changed in your code and your data and only rebuilds the models that need to be rebuilt. So DBT Labs has reported 30% or more in infrastructure cost reduction from teams who are using it on large projects. Now think about it: if you're working on a very big DAG, you don't have to rebuild all your models all the time. So DBT State can help you only run and build the models that have changed, right? Or the models you've made changes on. The next product is DBT Wizard. This is the AI coding agent and it supersedes DBT Copilot. If you're on a DBT paid platform right now, you probably see this feature on your studio mode. So what makes it different from just pointing your cursor or Claude code at your DBT project? Using DBT Wizard, you get native lineage awareness, you get schema validation. It understands your entire DAG, it knows what's upstream, what's downstream, it knows the contract that exists, the metrics that are defined. And according to DBT, it outperforms general coding agents on data work benchmarks, specifically because of this context it has with your data and DBT context essentially. Now, DBT Wizard also covers model altering, refactoring, debugging, governed recommendations, as well as trusted SQL recommendation or trusted SQL generation that actually reflects what is beneath your data. Now, the pricing model is essentially just bring your own key, like OpenAI key, Anthropic key, Bedrock. You just bring your key and begin to work with your DBT Wizard. The final announcement is Agent Schema. The idea is simple but genuinely useful. Right now, if you want an AI agent to reason about your data, you have to feed it your DBT models, your metric definitions, your lineage, and all these things, probably using DBT MCP server or other integrations, right? It is open source, but I'm still trying to understand how it works because I've not played with it before, and it was actually built by Fivetran. So instead of every team building their own bespoke agent context layer right now, we can have one standardized way of getting this done, and this is the idea behind agent schema. So what does this actually mean for you today? If you're currently on DBT Core, version 2.0 is the most relevant thing here for you. You're going to be getting Fusion Runtime for free under Apache 2.0, and you can start testing out the alpha version, testing to your non-production project right now and see what it looks like. If you're on DBT Cloud platform, you can start using DBT State. You can explore it. You can begin to explore it, so you can see how you could save cost on your model build time. And if you're thinking about AI assisted development, DBT Wizard is the one you should begin to look out and start playing with it as well. And they bring your own key model, makes it easy for you to access the AI agent without having to pay extra cost within DBT platform. And if you're trying to build agentic solutions within your data platforms, you can start putting an eye on agent schema and how it works. And it's open source, so you can begin to play around with it and just understand how it works, so you can get some value out of it today. All right, so that's it for this one. It's a big week for data ecosystem, and I'll be going deeper into some of these features as they hit GA. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on those, as well as continue on our DBT Fusion series. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and share some of your thoughts, your comments in the comment section as well. I'll be reading through every one of them. And then if there are any specific topics you want us to dive deep into, I would like to hear from you. So I'd like to hear from you. What are you most excited about? Is it DBT Core 2.0, DBT State, DBT Agent, or Agent Schema? Yeah, I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. So for now, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.